I feel a disturbance in the force. This guy's not being honest. Yo, Jordan here. I'm here to help you. Yo, Jordan here. I'm here to help you achieve more and live an epic life. Let's talk about online interviews. In the last 2 years, I've interviewed over 100 people, and most of those online, due to the pandemic, of course. And I have seen them make the same few mistakes time and time again. Let's talk about 10 of those and how you can avoid them. Let's get to it. Tip number 1. This one should be obvious, but I have to remind people all the time about it. You're not turning your camera on. You need to turn on your camera. I feel disturbance in the force. You're not being honest. I want to work with a person and not with a name on a screen. Don't wait for a reminder. Turn on your camera from the get-go. It builds trust, it builds credibility, and it can really increase your chances of getting the job. Tip number 2. Don't be late. This one is obvious, but there is a twist to it. You don't like waiting, people don't like waiting. You don't want to be late. That bit is kind of obvious, and most people actually get to online interviews on time. But there is a caveat. There is one bit that people forget about, and that is setting up their equipment. If your equipment isn't set up, if you need to check your microphone in the call, if half of what you need to have done before the call is not working, that is waiting. The interviewers are waiting for you, they're getting annoyed. So prepare for that. Test it beforehand, turn it on, do a test call, check the software that they are using. Maybe you need to install something, maybe something does not work on your system. Tip number 3, you are not prepared. You don't have a plan B. There is one thing in the world that really annoys me. Lag. What the hell? Lag. It is really annoying. And I have a super fast internet connection. But I digress. What about the plan B? Keep your phone nearby. If your phone is nearby, you can easily transfer the call to your phone at a moment's notice. Things happen. Maybe your internet connection drops. Maybe the electricity stops. There are so many things that can happen and ruin your interview. Be prepared for them. Having a plan B not only makes sure that you will have the interview, because it can potentially save it, but it also makes you look more professional and more reliable. Everyone wants to have reliable team members and not just random people. Think about that. Tip number 4. Someone or something is distracting you. I'm talking about your phone. Take that thing and put it on mute. There is a button on the iPhones, there is a menu item on the Android phones. Use that. Also, if there is even the slightest chance that you're getting an important call during the interview, it is extremely important to notify people before the interview starts. Make sure that the interviewers expect that you might potentially jump out of your seat and leave. Do not let them waiting. Do not just warn them 5 seconds before that happens. Make sure that they know about it. Finally, and this is the hard one, talk to your family. Interviews are work. You need to present your best side forward. Make sure that your kids are not running around. Or, pro tip, put your camera high enough so they can be seen. Tip number 5, your audio sucks. While talking about loud noises, test your audio. Your microphone might be broken. Your headset might not have the best microphone. This is something that you want to avoid at an interview, because otherwise people are going to get extremely annoyed by your constant bad audio, and there is a chance they will not even tell you. It is difficult to say, hey, sorry, but you're unintelligible. Is that a word? I can't understand you. That's a word. That's a bunch of words, like 3 of them. Never mind. So how to fix that? Put on a pair of headphones. This removes the echo, most of it of course. Put a pair of external headphones, do not use a speaker. Second, find the best microphone that you have in your house. That might be your headset, that might be an external microphone, that might be some other microphone that you have laying around, or it might be your computer's microphone. You can even use your phone as a microphone. So find the best one and use that. Tip number 6, you're spinning in your chair. My salary expectations, I would say $1 million.
We hold the world ransom for $100 billion.
It's distracting, okay? Tip number 7. That's 8. 7, that's 7. 7. Your house is messy. I get it, you don't want to clean your house, that's fine. You have a few options here. The first option, find a room that's cleaner or move your camera in such a position that it does not show all the mess. One extra tip that I can give you here, do not always try to put your camera on a desk. If you put your camera on a shelf or your laptop on a shelf, you can stand up in front of it and you can have a lot more options on how you frame the shot and what kind of look are you presenting. Okay, so let's say you don't want to move to a different room, that is absolutely fine. Option 2, clean up. If all else fails, you can also use a virtual background. Zoom and Teams have this feature built in. Probably Google Hangouts or Google Meet has it as well. And if that doesn't work, you can use external software like OBS or like Snapcam to get the same effect. Tip number 8. You're taking forever to answer questions. Humans are social animals. We rely on body language and on other non-verbal cues to tell us to shut up. This is hard in online calls. When you come to an interview, if I am interviewing you, I really want to get to know a little bit about you and a lot more about your professional skills. If you spent 1/3 of the interview talking about how your uncle was cool, that might not be the best idea. You're losing valuable time in which you can convince me how amazing you are. And you can ask questions to find out if what I'm offering you as a job is also amazing. So you want to spend the time wisely, and to do that, you can't spend forever talking on unimportant bits. Tip number 9. Just 2 more to go. You're improvising everything. Yep, there was one more of those. On the topic of talking forever, do not improvise everything. Prepare. You know for sure that you're going to get asked to present yourself, to tell about your work life, to tell about your education. If you know the questions in advance, prepare the answers in advance. Tip number 10. And this is the biggest one. You're lying. Do enough interviews like me and you become a Jedi. I feel disturbance in the force. You're not being honest. Be honest. You have made mistakes in your past. I have made mistakes in my past. Everyone has made mistakes in their past. You don't want your relationship with your new company to start off on a lie. And also, you need to find a company that doesn't do that either. Anyway, that's it. That was a super long video. If you like the video, press the like button, subscribe, and join my Discord. That would be awesome. Thanks in advance. Bye!